Hey, welcome. So I am back. I've actually been recording for a little bit and trying to figure out how to make this video. So come along and go over my July monthly budget. I've laid it out, and each form of income, or like income or inflow savings, will be highlighted. My next pay period would be the 9th and then the 23rd. So I completely missed that. So we'll go ahead and go ahead and add this. And then I will add the below. Here. So that is, we're doing 352, and we're gonna do 24. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on in since my last video, which was over a year ago. I started it, but life happened and we can't change the past. So here we are, pretty much a year and a half later, and I have revolving debt along the way, and I've actually went from $11,131 back in December of 24. Now fast forward 6 months later, I have $11,185. I know. So for half a year, I've just been spinning my wheels. What ended up happening is I had to get a fridge. So I opened up a new line of credit card, and I went ahead and I put that with 0%. So I'm paying $140 each month extra. Well, not extra. It's, I think, $41, and I do $140 towards the fridge, and I should have that paid off in about 10 months, I believe, from what I calculated. So I'm gonna keep chipping away. Even though I have, $50 odd of extra in debt, these are my wins. So to start off, my 100 envelope challenge has been going on since 2023. That's savings of $5,050. Fast forward to December 24th, I had $550. Now I have $2,310. $2,000 is in my high yield savings fund. The $310 is in cash. My blessing, that is what helps remodel the home and update some things. We've done a nice update to the bathroom. I started off with $310, and as of May, I have $1,512. That is the budget that we have. If we buy paint, that's where we go. If we buy something off of Facebook Marketplace, because I have a vintage style, a lot of those things she finds on Facebook Marketplace. My savings account was at $6,334. Now it's at $10,736. My escrow account, because I don't want my mortgage payment to go any higher, I've been adding $133 extra each month. I did get a payout check of $900 that went straight into my savings account, high yield savings. And then, so a total of my regular payment for my escrow account is $599. So every month I put about $732 extra. So this way I would rather have extra money in the account. I don't have to worry about my mortgage payment. Now I've got it back down to $1,500 and odd dollars, but I'm still paying $1,700. Just so I know that if I am in a very tight position, I'm able to just pay that $1,500 and maybe keep a little bit of that extra money. Excuse me. And it is a very uncertain time in just the world at the moment, so I've been stacking cash. I've also started paying down debt. So now that I've reached my safe number in my savings account, I'm still putting money away, but now I'm focusing more on this, where before I was making minimum payments and then just putting the rest into my savings accounts. Now my net worth has gone up dramatically. I was super stoked as I saw it, and it's a little crazy, but back in January of 24, I was at 146. The market dipped, and in May I had 136. So in a year's worth, I have a net worth of 167,000. I have my goal. These are my SMART goals. So I wanted to pay one of my credit cards off by August 30th. If I don't reach that, that's okay, but that is what I'm aiming for. I have been paying $100 per month since January extra. And then I do have mini challenges that average about $60 a month extra that I'm putting on the account. So, well, I don't do a whole 100 extra. What I do is I put the minimum payment of 36. Now the minimum payment is 25 maybe, but I still keep adding the 36. I also have a challenge of where I hit the interest for that card, which at one point was $25. Now it's down to 15, but I still keep adding that 25. Then I add the 40. So we have a total of $100 going to this credit card, which I have brought down from 1,300 and change down to $519. That was my last statement reported. I have added, paid a little bit more, so I'm excited to see what my next statement looks like. Because I know for a fact I have less than $500, and I think I've done pretty well with that credit card. I'm going to continue figuring how to do the same thing now, just maybe rolling it over to my second credit card so I can get that interest down and still pay the 140, which will keep me on track. Because once I'm done with the fridge, I wouldn't use it. Or if I do use it, for instance, if I need supplies for something in the home and I want to cash fund that, I'll purchase it on that card and then just go straight to the counter and pay it all back in cash. So this way, I'm still using the card and you do get a little bit of points. That's how that mess started. But I think when it comes to home repairs, we've really thought about it and we looked at the budget. She understands that I have a Victorian peasant's budget compared to her taste. But she has great imagination and she's done such an amazing job along the way in this bathroom, and I'm so excited to see what is our next project. She bought the toilet paper holder and a towel rack for the vanity. I'm excited to see what that looks like. She says she wants new floors, but we're not going to rip out the whole floor. We may do something small, temporary, within our budget, because once again, we've spent on the wow factor, which is the vanity mirrors. We did spend $150 on the pair, but they are beautiful. And we love our refrigerator. It was nothing crazy. I believe it was $1,500. It was still a good price. Perfect for us because we didn't get the filter with all the fancy bells and whistles. We just wanted an ice maker. And to be frank with you, I really like this ice maker. I get my little scooper. Now I'm using a Pioneer Woman cup, plastic cup, measuring cup. And I would love a cute scooper, but I know I'm just being extra then. I have priorities. So maybe I will reward myself once I pay this off with a cute ice scooper, because I like things to look aesthetic. It makes my heart smile. So I notice a revolving, I've been spinning my wheels with this since pretty close to 2023. So 2 years, this has just been looming. It's time to get it done and really just start saying no, make some life changes. I am proud of myself. But this was an eye opener, and maybe I've been recording along the way, but I'm struggling with perhaps just putting the content out there, because I have been in a rut, but I still have some knowledge. Obviously, I'm doing something right in here, but I really need to take a look here. Now that I have that I have that safe number, which was one of my goals in my last video that I posted, was when I reached my safe number. I think 10K is a good safe number where I'm still going to be saving that. And as this grows to 20, okay, that's I'm chilling. I'm okay. And I can tackle this. So I'll finish tackling my first credit card, my Capital One, and still keep doing that, making sure that I'm on track with this. Okay. My escrow account, with 2 more months paying it at 17, the amount that I will be good with the taxes, most likely. No, I would say not this, within 2 months, 2 more payments, mortgage payments, I should be good with my taxes. I will confirm as we go by, because now I really need to be accountable for this part. I've been recording for the last, since January. I've just never put the content out. It could be for whatever reasons, probably just scared of putting it out there. But if it helps somebody, maybe you're struggling like me, that you have this it just never ends, and I'm tired. And it hasn't been bad, because I have been able to chip away at it. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel with this one credit card. Back in January, I had this credit card at let me see here, $1,393, and my last statement was $519. But I know I've paid a little bit extra on that, so I'm excited to see where I'm at. Oh, I'm so excited for that. I have not for this month. I don't want it to go so long, but I'm being vulnerable, and the second guessing and all that, and that's why I don't put content. I may just use it for reels and whatnot. If you'd like for me to do a follow-up of maybe condensing as the time goes by, I could do that. Maybe go a little bit more in detail. These are my high priorities. So, another happy thing. My goal was to hit 200K for my net worth by 2027, I believe. Geesh. Here we go. Yes, by December 31st, 27, I want to hit 200K. Well, I'm already at 167, so that I'm on track. I'm actually ahead of schedule. The Lord's been good. The Lord's been good. So I want to still cash fund a lot of this stuff. I want to make sure that I have a whole year of expenses as well. And I know you're probably thinking, well, it'll be a lot faster if you pay with that off, which I understand, and that's why I'm doing it. But I am a single household, income household, and a mom that is single. I have a grown roomie as well, so this is, I need to make sure that I have a nice cushion, and I do want other cushions for my cushions. That's another thing I have. I have several different challenges that I have been doing that have helped me, and I'm going to start putting out this content. So I would definitely love to learn from you. A couple of people that I've been watching have really helped me out. Name is, I think it was like Steph's on a Budget and Crafty Co. Those people that were just doing little small mini challenges, and that dopamine, man, has helped me, because I am living. I've cut back where we're making things happen. And I'm excited to see where I will be at in December. So in December, I'm going to go ahead and try to do the timeline, and I have my SMART goals, but really carry out a project of getting out of debt, because you need a plan for that. And this plan is working. I can see it, especially because that visual of my net worth coming up. And in my investments, I checked and I think it was at 60. So that was great. I really think that this way, and I can't thank enough to some of these communities. And if you want to support me, I have a few savings challenges on my Ko-fi that they will be linked in the description box. That will be going towards my debt challenge, where it's just feeding that, just so I can get out of there. That will knock $288 off of my budget instantly, plus the 36, that or 100 that I'm doing extra, plus the 140 right there. That's life changing, because I know for a fact all these I'd be stashing it, because I've started to develop those habits. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to grow my savings, my high yield savings fund to 11K. I'm constantly progressing with each little mini saving fund, and there's as small as $15 to $60. That was when I was just doing those, and then I cut it down to one, and it's helped a lot. I highly suggest you get those. My favorite ones are the roll and saves, because it gets your adrenaline. Sometimes you need an IOU. I have one for my roommate, and it is my Christmas in July. So far, I roll it, and whatever number it lands on, I'll do that until it finishes. I just want to get this one done, because I do have a few others that I want to do. This one's going to be a little bit tougher, because it's 12 weeks. Now with this one, it's okay. It'll get that kickstart, and I'll add it to the sinking fund. I mean, my high yield savings account. I'll go ahead and do these as well. I have a few. So I'm excited to figure out how to do this one. I hope you learned something from this video. I have. I've been keeping in the same range in this debt for three years, on and off. But it's always been within a $10,000 range. I do want to learn from the mistakes that I've made, or I wouldn't say mistakes, but maybe choose a different decision. Or so now that I have that, I know chipping away at this is going to help me so much because it's going to free it and I'm going to be paying less. And I've known that information, but I didn't have this. This is now a nice little cushion to where, hey, now you can. Let's start lowering this. And I have little mini challenges. So check mine out. Have a great one. Let me know what you think. Thanks.